Royal Selangor Visitor Centre in Kuala Lumpur, an eye collection of vintage cars of different shapes, sizes and makes are parked in readiness for the annual Royal Selangor Heritage Car Rally. Organised by BMW and the Badan Warisan Malaysia in association with the Malaysian and Singapore Vintage Car Register, under the patronage of Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, Royal Selangor Heritage Car Rally will take participants to a series of historic buildings and sites in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor, ending at the Istana Alam Shah Klang, where His Royal Highness the Sultan of Selangor will host a high tea reception at the end of the rally. For the participants, there's also the rare chance to check out His Royal Highness the Sultan of Selangor's famous but rarely seen classic car gallery.
We are 125 years this year, and what we're doing is a lot of activities throughout the year. They moved to this idea of a rally, well, not a rally per se, but more of a drive from Kuala Lumpur to Klang, going through some heritage sites along the way, Kuala Selangor being one of them. We said that's a great idea, we'll support it all the way.
The aim of the Royal Selangor Heritage Car Rally is to increase public awareness of the need to save our nation's buildings and cultural heritage, and also help to raise funds to support BMW in their mission to promote the preservation and conservation of Malaysia's historic buildings. So after being flagged off by Malaysian race driver Karamjit Singh, it was off to Stadium Merdeka for the 73-strong antique car convoy for a lap of honour via Dataran Merdeka and the old KL railway station before heading off to the historic town of Kuala Selangor, the first stop on this year's rally. Right, we're here in Kuala Selangor, the first stop on Royal Selangor's Heritage Car Rally 2010. As you can see, all these cars are parked here. They're actually cooling down. The drivers are inside taking some refreshments because it's a really hot day. And you know what? This gives them a perfect opportunity to not only to get to know other people's cars, but get to know the other drivers as well. So this is like what you call a real car love fest here. Check it out. With so many beautiful vintage cars and their owners all at one handy location, this was the perfect opportunity for me to get to know some of the participants and their beautiful vehicles.
This car that I'm sitting in is an Austin Healey 100 BN2, built in 1956, restored in 1990 by my father and I.
I have it from my brother. He has been with me around 23 years now. He's the only one which is on the road at time. I've been many places throughout Malaysia and Singapore. It's the only one.
It's a Spenther GS72 is the model. It's a 1972 car, built in Britain, 300 made around the world.
Wow.
Only one in the country.
The most important thing is I got a date next week and I really need to borrow your car. Can I do it?
You can borrow it, but I have to be along the car. I can't let you use the car. Nice to use the old roads and have the scenery and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
So how do you get up here? Do you come in one of these beautiful cars?
Yeah, this is one of my cars.
Yeah, this is yours?
It's a Ford Capri. Yeah, it's a 1970 model Ford Capri.
Okay.
Yeah.
I started was 1970, early 70s. It's from my father. I have another car which belonged from my father called Singer Gazelle. It was 1965, and I rebuilt them, and it's still on the road now. When I got a call, they said, you're one of the participants for this rally, and we will see the historical town here in Kuala Selangor, which I've not been here for maybe 8 years. And this town now is beautifully developed, and I'm now looking forward to go to the palace and see the Royal Highness collections.
With still some time left to spare in Kuala Selangor before we hit the road again, I even had time to chat to a few celebrities and members of the media to get their take on how they've been enjoying the rally so far.
Well, I've been invited by Badan Warisan to be a part of this car rally. And when they told me that it's all the heritage and the antiques car will be involved, I was interested because I'm into stuff like that. I want to get one of these, start in the industry. Every celebrity must have one of these. Let's modify this and turn it into our motorhome. Oh.
It was pretty intense actually. The weather's really hot and I was dying in the car because I was sweating really.
And no
So,
air
like,
conditioning,
yeah,
of course.
there's no air conditioning. And the engine is actually right in front of me. And I was sitting on top of the exhaust pipe as well, so that was... It was hotter in the car than it was outside. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was a very interesting experience. I've never done anything like it before.
After a light lunch, a bit of a stretch, and much networking and bonding over cars, it was back on the road again for the short drive to the Istana Alam Shah and Klang, the last destination of this year's Royal Selangor Heritage Car Rally. At the beautiful Istana, high tea was served, followed by a prize-giving ceremony for the best presented cars in the categories Vintage, Classic and Modern Classic. This is the Sultan's garage, and as you can see here, we've got some incredible cars here. We've got Rolls Royces, we've got Alfa Romeos, we've got Porsches, and this car in particular is a very special car. This is a McLaughlin Buick, and this is actually the car that King Edward abdicated in. So this is known as the most romantic car in the world, and not many people know that the Sultan actually has it here in Malaysia in his garage. So with fine weather, friendly folk, beautiful cars, high tea hosted by His Royal Highness the Sultan of Selangor, not to mention a once-in-a-lifetime chance to check out his incredible classic car collection, this year's Royal Selangor Heritage Car Rally was certainly one to remember.